Today I fucked up by being refused consent while high. My wife and I have a weird married thing where basically she says, "No touching," and I yell, "No touching," and immediately take my hands off of her, but sometimes the rule only applies to my hands. Anywhere else on my body is fair game. This can also used during sex as a joke, or if she's not in the mood can be used to turn down sex. Pretty versatile phrase, really, and acts as a safe word if necessary. Why do you care about my weird married thing? Because today I had surgery for a deviated septum, which means I got a nice shot of midazolam and remember nothing until the surgery was complete, when I absolutely should not be touching my nose. To ensure I wouldn't do that, a very strong male nurse was standing next to the bed waiting for me to wake up. When that happened, of course I tried to rub my nose because that mofo hurt. But this nurse is experienced. He's fast. He says, "Wait, no touching." My high ass yells, "No touching," and I put my hands down. Things got very confusing afterwards. Pretty sure that nurse sees people acting ratchet several times a day and never thought twice about it. But my wife and I got a good laugh once I could comprehend what happened. Too long did not read. Nurse used my wife's safe word, phrase right after I came out of anesthesia. I work in a hospital. That's tame compared to some of the stuff patients say on Medosh lol. When I woke up from my endocolonoscopy, I discovered why they give you grippy socks. I immediately tried to stand up, give them my military reporting statement, and leave, because I was late for work apparently. What actually happened was I got one leg out of the bed, half coherently yelled, "Airman reports as ordered," and then sort of just went back to sleep. My husband tucked my leg back into bed and sent me a picture captioned with what I yelled. When I actually woke up later I had no recollection of that ever happening. My wife and I do the same. Got it from Arrested Development. That's why it often gets followed up by, "Give Pop Pop your hair." Wow, the title made me think you ignored your wife's safe word because you were high. My significant other and I somehow came to regularly calling each other hoes. One day out of reflex, he goes, "I can't believe you forgot your wallet, you dirty hoe," right in front of the pharmacist. Best day of my life. So he stopped you from touching your nose and you got a hard-on? Is that what you're saying? Hey, look at you, buddy. Even high as a kite you immediately respected the safe word. 10 out of 10. I am also a fan of Arrested Development. Today I fucked up by doing a "your mom" joke to the wrong people. It didn't happen literally today, but when I, now 32 male, was a cocky teenager. I used to, still occasionally do, say, "Your mom," at anything. I was in theater class and goofing around with my lady friend. She had humongous breast and we were talking, joking about that. This guy we knew came in and, jokingly, called her a sexual object. To which I replied, "Your mom is a sexual object." Unbeknownst to me, his mom had died couple years ago. Felt bad, I apologized and that was the end of it. Fast forward couple years later. I was at a dinner with friends from university. One of the guy introduced us to his new girlfriend. We all had fun. We were talking about one of our guy friend that recently got single and were looking for a nice way to describe his behavior. The new girlfriend then said, "He's fooling around a lot." And, you think I would have learned my lesson by now. But instead I had to reply, "Your mom is fooling around a lot." That's when I was told that her mom had also died some years ago. But the girlfriend laughed and told me it was okay. So then I started telling her about that time in high school when I did the same mistake. Little did I know, the kid from that story was her little brother. Too long did not read. I did a "your mom" joke to one guy not knowing his mom was deceased. Then, years later did the same kind of joke to a girl I barely knew. Not knowing she was this guy's sister. So I insulted the same dead mom twice. Edit. Replaced couple years ago by some years ago. To me couple years ago meant some years ago, like not specific time, just that it was more than 1 year. Your mom would be proud. I don't have a mom, me and my dad share yours. My mom died 8 years ago. My friends and I agreed there was a moratorium on mom jokes. For 1 year during that year I spent a good portion of my time setting up my mom jokes, for them to take the bait, so I could enact our normal punishment system. Honestly, it sucks that she died, and that she died relatively young, but in all honesty it's normal for parents to die before their kids, so I took it in stride and decided to not let it outwardly affect my life. It does suck to be in the awkward position of being told, "Lol, she's dead," but I wouldn't go too crazy about it. This reminds me of a similar story my husband told me. Back in school, I guess the kids in his class were looking glum one day. The teacher said something along the lines of, "What, did someone's puppy die?" Unbeknownst to him, one girl's dog did just die and she burst into tears. "My mom died when I was 16. You have no idea how many, your mom," jokes I received back then from friends, who forgot about that fact for a moment, and then instantly felt ashamed. So yeah, I got used to it, no big deal. I'm 37 now. I did the same thing in middle school to a kid who, unbeknownst me to, had his mom pass away the year before. He was about twice my size. Dude was swearing at me and generally bullying me as I walked by, so being 11, my best response was, "Well, you look like your mom's butt." Kid moved like the Flash, picked me up so that my body was parallel with the ground, and literally threw me into the brick wall of the school. I told the lunch monitor, and she basically asked what happened and essentially told me I deserved it. Pretty fucked. This is anecdotal, your mileage may vary, but I'm 32 male and my mom passed away when I was 26 and she was 58, i.e. relatively young, fuck cancer. Honestly, even shortly after she passed, mom jokes or references to moms or even dead moms never bothered me. At a meeting with my wedding planner, she brought up the mother-son dance and my wife's stepmother immediately grabbed my hand, but I wasn't even fazed. The rough times that still come are less direct and more personal, like if I'm having a rough day at work and wish I could call my mom. And that scene in Avengers Endgame with Thor and Freya still makes me bawl like a baby, lol. Haha damn. Life really wanted to make the lesson stick. Today I fucked up by giving my boyfriend a blowjob after a spicy meal. My boyfriend, M19, and I, F19, have stay-in dates frequently. On one such occasion we decided to order spicy Sichuan food and watch a movie. We ate while we watched the movie and continued to do so after finishing the meal. It had been like 5 minutes or so and we got horny and started making out, and then I made the colossal mistake of going down on him, forgetting I had to wash my mouth. It wasn't as bad during the blowjob. In fact, he said it was quite different and the warmth was stimulating. Realization dawned on him after he came and his eyes glazed over as he almost saw God. The sight of him sitting under ceiling fan and man spreading while on the brink of tears is something I can never erase from my mind. His dick had swelled up and resembled an angry red mushroom, and I think it's safe to say that he might stay away from blowjobs for a really long time. TL. Doctor sucked my boyfriend off after a spicy meal. His dick swelled up like a mushroom. Safe to say he won't want blowjobs in a very long time. Dunk it in milk like an Oreo. He's gonna recover from this, and he's going to want a blowjob. 100%. When I was a baby I pooped. My mother was eating pimoiseau, a really spicy pepperfruit. She washed my ass. I was less than 2 years old, but I have never forgot the burn. Better yet, you drink a bunch of milk and go at it again. Dunk it in lime, lemon juice. Spicy peppers are alkaline, so acids will help neutralize the burn. Let me tell you something about men, he's not done with BJ's. This was a planned attack, winking face. JK, I had this happen after my girl had buncha Thai chilies in her food. Safe to say it was as described, about very warming and sorta nice. Till it was over. Then it was not so great afterwards. You have to be kidding. He will want head again the very next day. You know nothing about men. Today I fucked up by not having enough money to feed my family. I wanted to be the good guy and order a full delicious Portuguese meal for all the kids, grandparents, wife and siblings. I have about $200 Canadian available left on my credit card, so it should be enough. Don't judge, it's been a hard 2 years. I order food: 3 whole grilled chickens, a tray of potatoes, rice and salad for $179 with tip. I scored, and I'm getting excited for the good day. It's about 11 a.m. and I scheduled it to be delivered at 12:45 p.m. on the Uber Eats app. Bam! I realize I forget the staple hot sauce. I read what to do on the app. And since they haven't taken the order yet, I can cancel and reorder. I do this. I cancel, add the hot sauce and reorder. Declined. My heart sank. Uber Eats put a hold off $179 on my card. I won't get those funds until a couple of days. I am expecting all guests at 1 p.m. and I have no food. I am sad that as a father I can't even support my family, let alone guests. Going to be awkward when they get here and no food. Especially because I've been telling everyone I've got it handled. Too long, did not read. Ordered food on Uber, forgot hot sauce. Cancelled and reordered. Didn't have enough funds because they put a hold on the previous purchase. I was in charge of the food for 12 people. Next time call the restaurant yourself, place an order and pick it up. The fees are nuts on those apps. Why would you cancel a whole order over hot sauce? You could have rang up and said you would pass the guy some money for some hot sauce if they could bring it as well. As a father myself, you're an absolute fucking idiot to be spending money like that on one meal when you clearly can't afford it. Grow the fuck up and take care of your kids. Let us know how that went. Maybe you could talk to a support specialist on the app or by phone and see if they could reorder it for you and cancel the refund. It's been a tough couple years, so you thought maxing out your credit card was a great idea? I'm not judging because of your situation, I'm judging because of your actions. I hope your situation improves. It's been tough for everyone. But you should seek advice from some of the personal finance subs here on Reddit. Call the CC company, tell them you've cancelled the order and to decline the authorized amount that should have freed up the available funds in the card account. Letting you reorder, they can do that for you. You could make some food for about $21, garlic bread and pasta. It's not a huge meal, but it's a placeholder until you can reschedule the dinner at another more convenient time. Maybe a nice stew or soup. Heck, just make up an excuse and order a few pizzas for carryout. The credit card not letting you reorder may be the luckiest thing that happened to Op. Don't blow your money and max out your credit card to show off.